Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 here at Bath City Football Club at Rawslowgaming. And we're playing in Sky Battle League 2 at the moment, our second season in Sky Battle League 2. And we are off to a really great start, but we had a pretty horrific loss in the last episode around actually. But we're trying to take them to the top of a Premier League and beyond. And as I said, we're looking on to be on the right path for this season at least. And we will go on here and first have a look at a scouting meeting. And we'll see if we have any player that seems interesting for us. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be the case. Nope, no one interesting there. And as always, you are going to see everything here on Rawslowgaming. We aren't skipping anything as such. But we are showing you every single thing we are doing in the game, and not only the good parts and not restarting or anything like that. We're just showing it straight up and down how we're actually playing in the game. And what we will say to our one of the managers for a player that we are loaning is that we are selecting the team, not him. They should know better, being a manager themselves. So a lot of mails here for some reason. Training schedule change, yeah. Report on Gustavo progress, yeah. If it's going to have continue like this is going to be extremely fun for us with Gustavo. We have had a look on it before, but yeah, we'll take another look and just amazed over the progress at the moment. And some displeased, but that's all right. Pre-match tactical advice, so we should get add the instruction get stuck in according to our assistant manager, but that is something we'll not do for sure. According to the bookmakers, we are slight favorites against Forest Green that we are meeting here. And they're all excited. 3 years Hyman threat. Well, whatever. We have a lot actually from the press there about the upcoming match that we don't really read. Well, I don't really read at least. If you want to read it, you can pause at that second and read it, I guess. So, 1st of October, yeah, we're a fair bit into the season, really. But you saw there, of course, 11 matches in. Baxter winning player of the month here. He did have a runner-up place or something like that last season. So, yeah, Baxter really playing really good here, actually. Praise reason form, yeah, sure. We can do that. And he scoops Young Player of the Month award as well. So that's pretty darn good. And we are only coming third in Manager of the Month there. I guess that's mainly due to the loss of the last match there. Overall, we made a loss of 44k, unfortunately, that month, which is not too good. And we are very secure in the financial fair play period. And very safe job security, club stature, details, held increased stature club held in football community since you took charge of the club. Team rise through the division. Yeah, that is really something good. Callum Preston. Well, we're not that pleased with Preston. I don't even think Preston is really playing team selection. Or is he? Oh, he is not really playing. Where is he? Where is Preston? Well, I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter at all. So what's this actually? Alright, position. Personalized. Use person when what? Use the role and instruction set for a position, yeah? Well, we shouldn't dabble with something we don't know enough about, really. Perry is still not fit, so I guess O'Connor will keep on playing. Johnson is tired here, and so is Gustavo. So we'll put in Jordan instead of Gustavo. In Jordan, you will get to play stopper. We need left back and right back. So Merch, you're going to play right back. Left back. Defender left. Do you have any option for that? I don't think we do, really, to be honest. No, wouldn't team that way. But we'll play Morris. Or will we? No, we'll just do... Oh yeah, we won't play Morris. Gotta do it. And for the midfield, we'll play Charles instead of Miller. Play him in support. Kelly is tired here also. Middle left, so we'll play Gray instead. Gosling and Pius is alright. So we'll go to the match like that, and well, that is definitely not the strongest team that we have turned up to the match. But hopefully we can do good nonetheless. And kick off here straight off just as usual and comment the match. Exactly not what we do, because the players are doing the match, so to say, but trying to comment it as best as we can in a sort of commentary way. So a corner in here for Bassity, and headed just outside there by Gosling. And Gray bringing the ball up here on the left-hand side, getting dispossessed. But Baxter catches up the ball, passing to Charles, passing to Morris here, wide and back in the field, up to Gray again, and back to Morris and back to Gray. Dribbling here on the left-hand side, losing the ball to Forest Green, who are now trying to build up play, but they are missing their passing up to the midfield. Akinola with the ball, doing a bad pass there, and Forest Green are through one-on-one versus Bass keeper, but Molden saves there and out for a corner. And here comes the corner from Cox, and Jordan heading the ball out to safety, and a long ball up towards Pius, but unfortunately no real opportunity there for Bath City. And not too much happening here for a little while, so we'll see here what's going to happen next. O'Connor with a ball and crosses it in. Greg picking up the loose ball just outside the penalty area. Charles passing it wide to O'Connor, and O'Connor tries to cross it, but it's deflected just outside the goal, very near the post there, actually. Charles in with the corner here towards Baxter, and a safe hands there from Bryn and the Forest Green keeper, and saving the ball with no trouble. And there we have it. That's the end of the first half. So the scoreline 0-0 for Bassett versus Forest Green. Shots 7-4, shots on target 4-1, and possession 57-43%. So overall, we are doing quite well for ourselves, but have unfortunately not struck a hold on Forest Green yet. Looking at the player ratings here, they are all right. We will complain to Gosling, and we will not complain to 6.4 this time around. I think for the last couple of matches we have done that, and I think that's really a little bit too hard. So we'll stick with 6.3 for criticizing the players after one half. So we do have a highlight here straight from the kickoff going on for Forest Green, passing the ball around here just outside Bath penalty area, but nothing really coming out of it. So we're also closing in here on the 60-minute mark or so, where we're usually doing some substitutions. And I think we will do so here again. And Baxter is looking pretty tired, so might have to switch him out. Pies here with a long ball, crosses to O'Connor, crosses back to Gosling, and he shoots, but it's a pretty much open goal, but outside the post there, so pretty bad finish, to be honest. Baxter having a good rating here, but pretty tired, so we'll switch him out nonetheless. And we'll put in De Havilland, and you are not best. You are best in attacking. Everyone is that, and you just keep forgetting or something. So we have actually only reserve players here on the bench, which is kind of a mistake. But we will put in Ponticelli instead of Gosling here. Ponticelli is having a bad match, so we'll put in Ponticelli instead and use him as a target man, and hopefully we can get something good out of it. And we'll start shouting here, show some passion. And seems like we got a good reaction from the players. Don't know if it's really happened anything in terms of the players as such. And now only 10 minutes to go, and nothing yet here. And we'll push forward, and we do have attack in still here. We've had that for the last couple of matches. And actually most frustrated by that call to push forward. And it looks like this will be a draw, but maybe a chance here. Seconds to go for the final whistle. Bassett with control just outside the penalty area. Charles with a shot, and it's a goal in the 93rd minute. The very very last second of the match there. So I think the final whistle will be on the kickoff. And a very lucky goal there actually, but Charles very much in the middle there, but getting lucky on a bounce there on one of our screen players. So final whistle, referee, it should be over. And there we have it, it's all over. So the final scoreline is 1-0 for Bassett versus Forest Green, and very nailed it there in the very last second. Shots 15-9, shots on target 61, and possession 61-39%. So a pretty good match and pretty interesting for sure, but very nearly just a draw. But it's a win, so that's really good for us, which will mean that we keep increasing our chance to reach that direct promotion that we're so after. So that means we're still leading the league here after 12 matches at 33 points, 12 points clear actually of direct promotion spot or a playoff spot. And we're actually having 50% more points than Grimsby, who are in second place. Grimsby, which were the team we lost to badly last time around, right? So that weren't that bad that we lost again against them as such, I guess. And we're moving towards the next match day here against the Stevenage away, which should be an easy game since they are 20th in the league. Do remember to smash that like button if you're enjoying the show. And if you haven't done so yet but want to follow along on our series and or let's play here to get the Bassett to the top of Premier League and beyond, you should hit that subscribe button. And if you want to be super duper sure of not missing anything, you should hit that small notification bell that comes up when you hit that subscribe button. So let's see here, what's next? We don't really care about that. Again, Fox play down the left. That's an suggestion that we get very often actually, but we are weak on the left as well. So we're super clear favorites here against the match against Stevenage according to the bookmakers. And Pius have been called up for under 20, U20 or under 20 for Nigeria, and it's just a shame that he's only a lone player. And trying in the first team, average 7.53, and Gustavo still with a perfect 10. Under 23s at 7.93, and Durant, I think you got praised recently, and under 18s at 8.4. So let's have a look here at the individual level. Let's see here. Next, we'll start training. And we'll have a look at the individual. And Gustavo not showing any improvement yet, but I think that will start to show. Pius showing some improvement, and Perry and Grit as well. Charles showing a little bit, that's nice. Mitchell also, and so is Molden and Kelly. All players that is lone players though, unfortunately. Miller, unfortunately, not showing improvement, and not Lundström, not Akinola, not Merch, and not Baxter. No one really showing improvement here that is actually belonging to the team, while all lone players are. And unfortunately there, as you saw, Gosling losing on pretty much everything, which is not good at all. Yeah, really poor actually. Yeah. So Gosling is quite likely to not make it another season at the club, or well, not being a first team player at least. I think he have had his chances. If he's not developing good enough this season, I don't think we will try and getting through the rankings, so to say, anymore. Which is a shame, since we have tried that for so long. But well, things are going to change around all the time, so to say. So let's get back all the players here. So back with Johnson, back with Gustavo, and central defender cover. And Morris, we have defender left, Mitchell. We have Miller instead of Charles. Will play in attack. Kelly instead of Gray. O'Connor. We still have no. Perry is now well. So back in with Perry. Who's just bad in every position, which is odd to say the least. Advanced for attack. Yeah, Gosling is also pretty bad in everything, which is also pretty strange, and so is Pius. Don't really understand how that can be, but alright. So the best team on the field, don't really need it for this opponent maybe, but we will go with it and hope that they develop nicely. And proceed to the match and comment just as we did, well, last match. And I hope you enjoy it, and I hope we are doing a good match here. So let's kick it off. Perry with a cross up towards the attackers, but nothing coming out of it, as it usually does on the kick-off. So a goal kick here from Steven H. all the way back to Bath defenders, and a long ball up towards Gosling, and the keeper of Steven H. Ogbebor Onaivu coming out and showing some pretty safe hands there. And again, a goal kick that comes to Bath players. Kelly now with the ball here on the left-hand side, getting tackled there, so losing the ball to Steven H. But pushing pretty hard there, and Steven H. still making it through and have the ball back to the back defenders of Bath City, and a long ball up towards Pius, and Pius versus the keeper, and it's a goal here for Bath City in the 7th minute, so taking an early lead for Bath City, and can't complain about that whatsoever. They are having a pretty nice stadium, I would say, quite pretty and quite nestled together, so to say, which is nice. And apparently a highlight straight after kickoff here, and Stephen H. with a shot well over the top bar there. I don't know if that were the highlight. Yeah, apparently it was. So these green suggestions we are always taking. In general, we're always taking what our assistant manager is saying, other than playing on the left hand side, of course, and also getting stuck in. Pius with another chance, but cleared out there or deflected out for a corner, I should say. But the corner comes here. Miller with the corner towards the center, but not really reaching anyone. Kelly out to Miller and playing it wide here, or getting out there wide, not reaching anyone. Stephen H with a chance to counter here and not really getting through. So a little bit of a slow period here before the end of the first half. Just 5 minutes or so to go of that first half. But apparently we do get a highlight before the end of it with 1 minute of extra time. Mondan with a goal kick up towards Perry, but unfortunately he's losing the ball. So Stephen H have control of the ball now to Piotr. Piotr dribbling forward here and are a bit outside the penalty area, and a long ball up towards Piotr into Vernam, and it's a goal for Stephen H that have been disallowed due to offside. Can't been that much, or well, it was a lot actually. Totally missed that. And let's have the whistle for the first half then. And there we have it. So the scoreline after one half is 1-0 for Bassett versus Stephen H. Shots 6-6, shots on target 2-2, possession 47-53%. So maybe a little bit undeserved really to be leading the game, but we should have in general higher quality in the team. So I don't think it's that undeserved as such. We'll criticize Gosling here again for poor performance, and he's performing poorly in general, really, to be honest. But he's playing really well in general together with Pius also, so as long as we have Pius in the team, Gosling is going to be our first choice to play alongside him, and that is for this season. After it, as I said, we will see what happens. And Pius up here, a 1-on-1 versus the keeper. Will he pass? No, he tried, but getting deflected and picked up there by the keeper. And the goal kick is out, and Stephen H with control of the ball at the moment. And a long ball up towards Piotr, but it got deflected or cleared or read by Bassett players, and Kelly with the ball up to Gosling. Gosling passing to Pius, and Pius with a shot, and it's a goal for Bassett here in the 52nd minute, and Pius' 20th goal of this season already. So he's been a mean goal scoring machine for us this season here, and will definitely be the player of the year for Bath City, scoring there versus 5 Stephen H players, and the keeper looked like children playing soccer, really, everyone at the ball, so to say. So passing the 60-minute mark, and Akinola very tired, so we'll switch him out for Jordan, and Perry is also tired, so we'll switch him out for Gray. And what more? Will we do more? Yeah, we'll switch out Miller for Charles here, and you will be in support. And continue. So it was Sangster that were good in defense, if I'm not mistaken, or Canadian player that didn't really do much for us, but we're sort of a good player to sub in if we're needing a little bit more of a balanced midfield, central midfielder. Steven H with a chance here. Again is Piotr coming up here on the right-hand corner this time, right-hand side. Mackenzie there with a shot almost hitting the goal or hitting... I don't know if it was the keeper that saved or it were hitting the post there, really. But dangerous stuff, but nothing coming out of it after it, really. And we see that Steven H players are actually really tired also in general. It would seem our players in general are better trained in condition. And Vernon coming here one-on-one versus the keeper for Steven H, but put it wide. And pretty even here so far this game, or well, it's very soon over if we're looking at the match stats, but not in the goal scoring department. And we have 30 seconds to go, so I think this is the highlight for the final whistle. Mitchell with ball, passing to Baxter, back to Mitchell, to Kelly here on the left-hand corner, and the cross is in, but straight into the keeper's hands of Steven H. So I guess we will have the final whistle here on that goal kick, if he managed to kick it out. And there we have it, it's the end. So the final result for Bassett versus Steven H is 2-0. Shots 11-11, shots on target 6-5, possession 49-51%, and overall a good performance by the lads. So a very stable match and 2 stable matches here in this episode. So will it be good to keep it on. And coming up for next episode, we will have a little bit of a hard game, I guess, against Swindon Town in the Checka Data Trophy. But there you have it, we won the game, so still first in the league. Now 13 points clear of a playoff zone or a playoff spot. And Pius on form, yeah, we could praise him, but we will not do it for now. So he's played total 17 games and done 20 goals, 13 games in the league and done 14 goals in Carabao Cup, 3 games and done 6 goals. Quite crazy, for sure. And there you have it. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time, or next time in another game that you might be enjoying watching here. With that said, thank you so much for watching again, and bye-bye. You have been watching Rawslowgaming, and I hope you have enjoyed. On clicking on the video on the left, you will see the next video in this series, and on the right our latest upload to the channel. And with that said, thank you again for watching.